Hi everyone, so I'm going to do a reading on, I keep wanting to say Charlie Sheen, so I don't know if something about that is going to come up, but it could be just because he's the famous kind of Charlie. So Kirk, who I understand is 31, and he was a conservative activist, some would say politician. I did say there was going to be an assassin coming up. I don't particularly feel that necessarily he would have been my liking. I don't know what he stands for. I'm a bit confused when I've looked on social media that he said something about needing victims for pew pew. So a lot of people are saying this is what happens when you say that kind of stuff. So I don't know, but some of you might be able to clarify. I did feel called to check whether he supports the Reds or the Blues. He's a Red supporter. This was premeditated. It was very targeted. Obviously, disclaimer, my opinion. And it's quite complex, right? What do I mean by that? There's an undertone of power. There's a female energy involvement. There's a professional knowing of how to do a pew pew in one go at the exact right place that they need to. So I know he fell off his chair. I'm guessing that this was in the neck. There's like a K-I-L-L-E-R B K-I-L-L-E-D, like kill, be killed. I get that coming through. I get a loss of head in public, so like just this happening to you in public. So I believe that this is from the chest upwards. Now you're going to say, well, probably, but I don't know how many shots it was. I feel like it was one, but it was not. I don't think it was in the chest, but I don't know. I'm not going to read on cards. And I think he supports Israel to a very strong non-negotiable situation, and I think he's quite extremist in his views from what I understand. But other than the pew pew situation and that he's a supporter of Jews and Israel, which I think are two different avenues, I don't know much about him, but I just don't believe in this violence, and he's got a family. So regardless if I liked him, I don't like him, I can tell you now that his view about supporting Israel 101% is not something that I would align with. But what I'm saying is I don't care where someone's from, I don't care their race, I don't care their religion, their views. In this situation, this should not be done, right? It's not down to us to take people's lives and when their life path should be ending. Although, of course, there's always this thing about it's your destined life path. Obviously, it was destined for him. So this is a professional person. They knew it. They targeted. I do want to say that in the crowd, if they have surveillance cameras, they're going to find that there might be a few people that knew this was going to happen. And there might be a couple of people that have tried to deviate or distract at a certain point in time. It was at a university. What I don't like about these cases is that I don't know if there was another shooting in a school or a university the same day or day before that didn't really get coverage. And it's kind of like some things get massive coverage and this is going to blow up. So people in the UK that don't know about him, like me, he popped up on my feed yesterday that breaking news has been pew-pewed, but he had not been, it wasn't breaking news that he'd passed. And I thought, okay, this is probably the assassin kind of energy that I was getting in my predictions, right? So I added it to a post I'd already posted on my feed. while I'm doing this, I'm kind of reluctant to do it. Like, I don't feel good doing it. The tone of it and his energy is just not, I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I think there's a political undertone. Everything seems to be turning politics. And I said this yesterday in the Irina coverage. So many messages I delivered in that. It depends if you're going to pick them all up. And I also left a comment so people don't think that I'm going in different direction, but we need to be aware of stuff. This was the person behind this, or the person that did it, was not obviously a lone wolf from what I'm saying, but a lot of emotion and triggered emotion, not just anger. It feels like it's very emotion as well. Like, so I'm not sure what it was that Charlie's probably spoken, said, very rigid in probably, but there's something around that. Okay, and I want to pull cards to see what we get. There is planted distractions. I do want to say, I thought that they'd said they've caught the pew-pewer, but I'm not sure if I get that energy. And if oh, I'm getting told not to speak. If they do, if they have, what I want to say, I'm going to say. It's very sus, given that even when the president had his assess thing, they didn't catch the person as fast. But I feel like this could be like social media and rummaging, maybe rumours. I do sense, let's pull some cards, and I don't know why Spirit wants me to pull this card. I feel like, I do feel like the FBI are onto something, but I don't know if they're onto the right thing. I feel like they might have a person in mind, like a look or a facial feature, something like that. That's if he's not caught, and I don't think he is. I think it's probably rumours. So I think there's people in the crowd that may get pulled up to be investigated. There's women energy behind this. What was his thoughts on women? Something about women. So obviously male energy is here, but there's something about women, and it could be the motive, the belief was very strong of the pew-pewer, or the motive is very strong. And either it's Charlie or the motive behind this. The belief is like a great belief, but it's not a good belief. It's like a, this is the undertone that I was getting, a occult, corrupt belief. There is an undertone of people of power. I'm pausing there. Did you hear what I just mentioned? In this situation, I believe they're going to find, if they can, because it's coded, it's like high intelligent coded communication, but there is something that they can find. I do get that. In the midst of this, they need to be careful about distractions of someone, you get those people that go to protests or certain things, or very political on one side of the agenda, so they attend to whatever is in their county that might cause a bit of trouble. They might, like, for example, when King Charles became king, there'd be people going to where he was arriving just to say, "You're not my king, la la la." So I get people that could come forward saying, "I did it," or, are a distraction, but they didn't actually do it, and it would just delay the process. I don't know the type of pew-pew, but I think the FBI, if they're FBI, they could be, why I say if they are FBI, but if they do their job, they should know that this is professional, either via the pew-pew, but also the way it was done, the shoot, where the pew-pew was, how he was X'd. This is going to shock people around the world. So, from UK to different, and it's going to get a lot of coverage, which I think might even mean that he gets a big honourable funeral. something that he wouldn't have got in general. I do get a heavy Pisces Virgo energy, so we'll see if that comes up in the card, and that could link to the undertone of the people in power. I think this is going to cause a further divide, and this is going to be like, do you know, people that really like Charlie for his thoughts are going to feel like they've personally been attacked, because, and I could be wrong, what I get with this is that sorry, one second. So for example, if I'm very strong in my opinions about something and you relate to me, that means that my opinions are your opinions very similar to mine, and personal values and beliefs. You'll feel like anything that may be said to me or said about our belief that we're not shakeable on, which I try to avoid being extremist, because I think there's always room for understanding and belief and etc. Those people are going to feel very strongly about this because they're going to feel personally attacked. I hope that kind of makes sense. Let's see. So the energy around this, please, Spirit. We get our female. We get, here I'm getting that people think it's not a loss. Okay, this is really using a secret way of understanding the secrecy. There could be the letter M involved. There could be an undertone of religion. I don't know if he was a heavy Christian in one direction. That is coming through to me. So I don't know about that, but that is coming through to me. Now, what I do want to say is, similar to the UK, is when there's unrest in your country and there's a divide, it opens the door for these woke cultures and these kind of things to happen. And what happens with that as well is then people say it's international, it's Iran, it's the Muslims, it's etc. And often the allies are actually your enemies. So I just want to put that out there, okay, before anything. I think there's going to be a lot of people that try to twist it, but a lot of people are going to be saying this isn't a loss. And you know, if stupid people might say if he wouldn't done it, I would have done it, you know, that kind of, there's going to be a divide basically. The FBI really need to hold their cards close to them and really be on it and understand it. And again, the feminine energy is coming through to me. Christianity, the strong belief around Christianity for some reasons coming through to me. It might be Charlie. On the bottom of the deck, female again. So I really believe this. I don't know what his view of females are. We see the Hanged Man as I'm shuffling. Okay. I don't know if there's a view of trans in this kind of thing. I've got no idea, but that just came through to me. Interesting. Virgo. The Virgo card, Pisces card. I mentioned those. Would they come out? The Hanged Man is also sometimes by tarot readers seen as the Pisces card. Sometimes they see it as Mercury as well, which could mean Gemini. It could also mean Virgo. So that's very interesting. The energy around this case, please, Spirit, and anything I can get from the cards. I'm told to take this. Again, Neptunian energy, which can be quite Pisces, confusion around this whole situation and around really what was the motive. I think they're thinking about 7 possible motives here. And also there's a trying to investigate, was this done on a roof? There's an investigation of like, how did this person get in? Because there's like a mainstream entrance. And then it's kind of like he shouldn't have been able to get on a roof, or if he was traveling amongst the crowds or something. I think Charlie was sat, so this is not via a car, but there's something around there that they are trying to focus on, but they're a bit confused about it for some reason. 9 of Swords is saying that there's a quick movement that's going to happen in this. Give me a second to just see a word that I can get with this a minute. Obviously, I'm doing this. There's no information. I've seen no information. I don't think there's information. We might have to read on it again, especially if you can tell that I like to speak of justice, right? I like to speak for justice. I don't like. I can't stand it going with mass media or social media when they want to create a narrative. If you notice, like, I don't always cover what people want me to cover in their narrative, because that's what they want, that's what's going to sell. I'm very much up for justice. So one second. So yeah, this person would have felt imprisoned, and what did I just say? There was going to be fast movement. Is that what I said? What did I say? I think I said there was going to be fast movements. I forgot what I channeled there, why I channeled that. It really comes back to an emotional sentiment, a shame somewhere. So I wonder this person, what they're going to be like. But I feel like there's something else coming with this. I don't think the people involved are at despair. It's interesting, we've got all these black crows, but then we've got this one white crow, and I feel like this is telling me that someone's views was twisted. I think I will do a second reading on this, because I think someone's been programmed and planted, and they already had shaky beliefs, and it was, you know, this is very emotional. I'm not just getting anger, but emotional, something very personal, and the person took this risk. So energy around it. I've asked for Charlie's energy that day, so I'm going to take these. Charlie that day seemed to be quite open, but he balanced. But it seems like about his opinions, he was actually trying to be a bit conservative. By that, I mean not what they call conservative. He was trying not to be as forceful as he normally is in terms of his opinions. This could be because it was university students, you know, you got a mixed bag. He was trying to be in balance. Can you see here? Yet he was very open to communicating. So he was on stage, he was the speaker, he probably had a mic. That's what I get in terms of his energy. Let's pull these cards, because I thought it would be interesting to see. At the bottom we get roof. So you remember I said about that, it seems like that is causing a bit of confusion. And to be honest, if it's sealed, then again, here we go with a shooting on pew-pewed on the roof. So tell me what would link, or what clues, or what do we need to know from this deck? Told to take this as well. No? Okay. Keep shuffling. Am I taking this, Spirit? This is a side message, okay. This one is important. Countryside upside down. So it wasn't rural, okay, a peaceful day. It wasn't, the area wasn't like that. And then here we have a swimming pool in reverse, a swimming pool and a coffee house. So there's something to do with, I'm getting that we could find something, or the person, you know who I'm getting come through in the coffee house, Luigi Mangione. I wonder if they find, like, do you know also recently there was that trans pewer? I was going to do a reading on that. That guy was really disturbed, and I feel for these people, and I also blame parents, and I held back because I know it's going to rattle people, but don't allow your kids to do hormonal changes, because that trans person, I felt he was looking for the answers to where he was feeling, and the trans and the hormones were causing more imbalance and evil, and it wasn't his answer. And I don't know if he was starting to feel that, but had gone too far. Allow your kids to grow up, allow them to feel loved. Sometimes when you don't accept something, it makes them rebel in the other direction, and by the time they realize that's what they're doing, they've already believed in it. So where was I going with this? They might find writings. I'm getting writings on the wall, so there could be like, I don't mean like a manifesto, but there could be, or left with the I don't know if the guy left the pew, maybe some writing or some kind of code or something like that. And there's something here with regards to a swimming pool. And this is reminding me, I don't know why, of the golf course of Duck. But we've got trees here, so there could be something around finding it in trees, an area of trees or something. This is the side note. Factory. To me, this is actually telling me this is where this was premeditated, very well thought out of, and more than one involved. I believe there's at least 3 involved here. And it's interesting, look at this, you've got the yellows, the reds and the blues. I'm not saying that we've got a yellow, but this is the mid believers, and then you've got blues and red, but you've got 3 here. So that's what I get with that. Are the FBI onto the right person? By that I mean the one that did the pew. Are the FBI onto the right person in the background? Yes, they are. They are onto the right person. Okay. I thought a card fell out then. Yes, the FBI do believe this was premeditated. Yes, I get the Tower again. I asked, I asked the same question just to confirm. Do the FBI have the right suspect of the pewer in mind? Like, do they have someone that they are looking for? And we got the Tower in the first set out, and then I asked the second question, which was, do they think it was premeditated? Got confirmation. I re-asked the first question, have they got the person in mind? And the Tower comes out again. So it's like a double, it's got my confirmation card, but it's confirming by giving out the Tower card again, not the second major arcana that I asked. It's exactly the same. So I think we need to watch what comes out of this. And I'm happy to do another reading, but it's more complex than it seems. There's I don't like the energy of this at all. I don't like there's something also, I think Charlie voiced something that, his belief on something. I don't know if it's a bit not good, but there's also the undertone energy of this whole thing that, I don't know, it's really unsettling. I don't know what to say more than that. I don't know about the case, but honestly, what I've read is just to confirm what I was getting, but I don't like remember I said about something around the M letter as well. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.